In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Perfect, Panther family. What's up? It is another edition of the C3 Friday Free For All. I'm your host, Cody Lashney, back again on a Slam Pat News filled Friday, man. There's so much to talk about, man. Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Brown, no longer going to the NFC South. DJ Moore signed a 4-year extension to stay with the Carolina Panthers. And last but not least, Scott Fitterer has been going crazy with the free agent signings. So much to talk about today. But as always, this is your show, man. If you want to join and jump in on the action, the link is in the description box to the Facebook and YouTube video. And I posted the link to join in the chat box in YouTube. So without further ado, and nothing to it but to do it, let me jump in and introduce my fine free-for-all brethren. He's been on every Friday free-for-all. Nick Montero, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Cody? It's Friday. It's been a good day, man. Not only did we not get Deshaun, we don't have to play him twice a year. We don't have to deal with his contract. And we signed a whole bunch of new guys today. And we fixed that O-line.
Yes, we did extensive work on the offensive line this free agent period. We're also joined by one of the four horsemen himself, Cody Allen. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Hey, listen, the part about this whole thing is it almost feels as good as if getting Deshaun Watson would have, right? Yeah. To have this happen the way that it did, to have, as Josh Klein would say, to have the Falcons blow another lead and have him go outside a division. You couldn't ask for a better way for this to end if he wasn't coming to Carolina. Amazing thing that I just saw happen. When I saw that, my heart literally jumped for joy. Anyway.
Yeah, man, it's definitely I feel like Panther Nation has been on edge for the past a week in a row now. Like it's felt like forever. Deshaun drugged the whole process on so long. So much to talk about today, but let me get through these introductions. My man Kenneth Panther Pickle back in the building. What's up with you, bro?
Hey man, I'm doing good. You know, last night we got the news about Deshaun Watson. People kind of went down a little bit. Then they kind of mellowed out. Then news started breaking this evening, and everybody went right back up to high spirits. They're higher spirits now than they was before the Deshaun Watson. Because the team actually signed quality people.
Isn't it funny how that happens?
Yeah,
we're a roller coaster
almost rebuilt the entire offensive line already.
Yeah, I mean, there's really been a lot of work done on this offensive line. Some quality free agent signings. Next up on the docket, my man Drew. Drew, what's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, Cody, fellas? Hey, feeling good today. This past week's been kind of stressful a little bit dealing with this whole Deshaun Watson mess, but as you said, him going to Cleveland and Atlanta sitting there with egg on their face, and then we're signing quality offensive linemen and free agents. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's really the Panthers are a roller coaster of emotion, man. It's like the highs are high, the lows are low. But we're going to go on this ride together, Panther Nation. Got 3 more introductions to go. My man, Kevin Boshoven. Now, are you happy that we don't have a Clemson quarterback as our quarterback? Or how are you feeling?
I'm just happy Atlanta doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I mean, he pissed off the entire NFC South.
Oh, he God. Really he has to face all of them.
Yeah, dude. He might have a bounty on his head from the NFC South before the season's over, man. So, yeah, 2 more introductions. My man, Alex, A1 Panthers. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. Yes, it's been a down with the Deshaun thing last night, but then for him to, like you guys were saying, for him to sign like not in the NFC South, amazing. It's just gonna make everything better. And then who else? I mean, we got to bring this guy back one more year. Let's get one more year, just one more out of him.
You heard him. You want Cam Newton to come back.
Come on.
Certainly going to be an interesting discussion. Just like I said, the Deshaun thing wasn't going away. I don't think this Cam Newton discussion is going to be going away either. And then last but not least, this man is on the road coming to us. That's real dedication. KB, what's up, brother?
Perfect timing. I just parked. Hey, guys. You know what today feels a lot like? If you've ever been to Vegas or a casino, you know, like maybe your girlfriend, your wife, or your buddies, like, you know, you're all playing blackjack, you win a bunch of money, and you've had a good night, but something you just want to go all in on red. You know, and then you go to the ATM and you take more money out, and you're really going in. You're giving up way more than you should. And if it hits freaking big, right? But man, if you lose, you miss out, then you lose big time. So, you know, I feel like my buddy, all of our buddies, our wives, our girlfriends just told us all to, like, hey, you know what? Maybe don't do that. Let's just back off. Let's just get out of this. And then you just feel relieved knowing that you've had a successful, you know, night at the casino. And that's what this free agency period feels like. It feels like we've had a great free agency, but man, if that Deshaun Watson trade had gone through, it really feels like we were betting on red, and that could have gone two drastic ways. Mm-hmm. I just feel relieved. I feel relieved that we've had a good, solid free agency, and we've kept all of our core guys like Burns, Chin, and all those pieces. So I feel pretty good. I'm not too upset we didn't get Deshaun. I'm just, you know, I wish we would have got him, but at the same time, I'm pretty relieved.
Yeah, it seems like that's the sentiment right now. That no matter what you thought of Deshaun, it seems like there's some light at the end of this tunnel, man. Well, I appreciate everyone for joining, man. We have 118 people watching live right now. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. Boys, ain't nothing to it but to do it. We already talked about it a little bit with our intros, but let me just I don't want to spend all Friday talking about this because there's so much Panther news, and I think, frankly, we're all ready to move on from Deshaun Watson. But let's just make sure that we put a bookend on it. So the Cleveland Browns have traded for Deshaun Watson. Every dollar of his new 5-year, $230 million deal is guaranteed per sources, setting a new record high for the highest guarantee given to an NFL player ever. Now, the news came out yesterday that Deshaun Watson contacted the Panthers, asked them to guarantee the 3rd and 4th year of the contract, and the Carolina Panthers would not do it. They would not capitulate. So much to digest here. It was between the Falcons and the Saints at one point. I believe that's what everybody was hearing if you were on Twitter. But then for him to miraculously end up on the Cleveland Browns, man, what a roller coaster. Who wants to jump on this first?
Oh, please, let me. Please.
Jump in, brother. Jump in.
Hey, brother. Hey, so what this sounds like is that as much as everybody was talking about, Deshaun, the deciding factor for Deshaun to go into Atlanta, it's his hometown. He's from there. Or if he goes to Carolina, it's because they got skilled players and it's pretty close to his hometown. Saints only 5 hours away. They got some playmakers. I think this really all came down to money in the end. I think Deshaun, and it has been reported that Deshaun reached out to every team. All right. It's not as massively widely reported to us that we've seen. I like that logo.
Shout out to Kevin. He always sends me the dank memes to put up on the show. That's what's up. Yeah, but go ahead.
But Deshaun reached out to every team in the end and said, "Would you guarantee my contract for the last 3 to 5 years?" Right? I know 3 and 4. I don't know about the 5th. Would you guarantee those years full guaranteed money? Right? And every team turned them down. Saints, Falcons, and us. We said either no or we just couldn't do it. And then when Cleveland, when they tried to meet with Baker Mayfield yesterday to kind of resolve things, Baker apparently he was really upset. He said, "Absolutely no, I am not playing for you. I am done. You better trade me." And Cleveland realized, like, hey, we have to do something drastic. We have to up the ante. So when Deshaun called and said, would you guarantee those years? Cleveland said yes. That was the deciding factor in the end. It had nothing to do with hometown. I mean, barely had anything to do with what the players were going to actually be on the field, because we all know Carolina easily had the best offensive weapons that if that was important to Deshaun. But I think it came down to money, and I think people on Twitter are giving Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer a little bit of I think they're been a little too hard on them as far as this whole 3 to 5 year guaranteed money goes. Like, how could you pass up on them? Well, yeah, that'd be a pretty stupid fucking decision. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm so glad we said no to that, because
I am too.
Look at what's going on with Christian McCaffrey right now. Half of us want to trade him just because of how injury prone he is. Imagine if his entire contract is guaranteed. Would we
imagine if you had an entire team, like you were pulling on the heartstrings of Atlanta, like this is my team, this is my hometown. I really want to come there, but I'm wanting, like, it feels so, and I know it's a business, but it feels so greedy. When you read what actually, the sources are saying Deshaun Watson did, it just feels like dirty, you have these guys giving up the fucking mountaintop for you, like everybody, and you're sitting there going back and forth, like, all right, I'm going to try to get guaranteed. And the Browns were willing to do it. Don't get me wrong. They were willing to do more than what the Panthers were willing to do. That means they were more desperate. And I think they might have fucked them. Even though the amount of assets they needed for the trade wasn't as bad, I think they fucked themselves moving forward. With this contract, it is ridiculous. Like, and we'll see. We'll see how it impacts the cap moving forward. But they did a genius job on this year, making his base pay $1 million instead of anything more, so that he didn't get any major impact from a suspension.
So, by the way, are we surprised by the trade too? Because literally it was chump change. Like, there was the 3 first-round picks that we all knew that they wanted, but they didn't have to send them any players. They sent them a 4th and a 3rd round, and they still got a 5th-round pick in return. So it's like, dude, you heard all these reports that they wanted players, and it's like, it leads me to believe that the asking price was higher for Deshaun, but I kind of think Deshaun took too long and played around, and I kind of think New Orleans and Atlanta got pissed off that they were offering him everything, the world, and he would refuse to give them a decision.
Well, he's asking for more.
Dude, Gail Benson's old ass got on a plane and flew to Atlanta to talk to Deshaun Watson and still told them no. Man, the balls on this dude. I swear, man.
It was all about the money, though.
I think it was about
the
money. I think once he said he wanted everything guaranteed,
it was clear
I think Cleveland was like, well, then we're not going to give you any of these players if we're going to fully guarantee this whole contract. So.
Well, that and the fact that it's all about the money tells me it had zero to do with what fucking team he wanted to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It had everything to do with money. So this whole no trade clause, I was really torn by the production that each team put on. It's complete bullshit. And honestly, it's made me dislike Deshaun Watson much more than I did before. And I don't care that he didn't come to the Panthers.
Well, let's remember, Deshaun's not actually negotiating these things. It's his agent. And what's his agent designed to do? Get his client the most amount of money. It's the same thing with lawyers, right? Like their job, Deshaun, Cam Newton, these guys aren't out. They're the ones who say yes and no to what their agents, offer and present to them. But their agent's job is to make the most amount of money for their clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you bet your ass if my agent was doing things behind my back that I didn't like and it would tarnish my reputation, he would be fired.
Right. But the part of it that I agree with that to a degree, right? But at the same time, look at what Devontae Adams, he had a bigger contract offer with the Packers, and he took a smaller pay to play with the team that he actually fucking cared about. Right.
Well, also, Nevada doesn't have state, there's some tax reasons. They don't have,
I'm sure, but he's always wanted to play with the Raiders as well.
Right? I heard on Pat McAfee, Nevada has certain number of taxes.
Hey, real quick, let me
college quarterback.
Wait, hold on one second. Let me add real quick KPM to the show. KP, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? All I gotta say is this has been an interesting day. I'll be honest, this morning kind of felt kind of gloomy, but I mean, right now I feel pretty good about what we've been doing today.
Yeah,
it's a totally different football team now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and I said this earlier, we're not going to spend all day on Deshaun. I think we would all like to put this chapter in our past and move on, especially in light of all the other news that happened today, which we're going to be getting into very quickly here. Is there anyone that thinks that the Panthers should have given in and just done whatever it takes to get Deshaun, especially knowing how all in David Tepper claims to have been? And that's another thing that I think bears mentioning. David Tepper's thirst for Deshaun Watson has been one of the biggest news stories related to the Panthers in the past year or more. And I just find it almost poetic, the fact that the Panthers are the one who ended up denying Deshaun basically to come here. So what do you guys think about that? Does anyone disagree that maybe we made the wrong move? I heard Alex speak up, so we'll go to you first.
I just wanted to say, like, from the other end, just because, like, there were some people here that wanted Deshaun Watson on this team. So to see that if we would have taken all that guaranteed on and, like, would have been able to keep our players as well, I mean, it would have been pretty interesting to see, like, what would have happened with this team with Deshaun Watson. So, I mean, yes, it was a lot of guaranteed money, but it would have been kind of cool to see this team with everybody on the, still intact. So,
well, I think the Panthers did. I think the Panthers did go all in. I think they were willing to give up Burns and Chin. I think those reports were correct. So, multiple first round picks, so a couple maybe mid round picks. I mean, I think the Panthers really were prepared to go all in what they believed was like sanity. Like, you want to do all that, and then you want a completely fully guaranteed contract years 3 through 5. Like that's I think what sent the Panthers over the tipping edge. Like I think they probably knew, like, hey, we're getting strung on here. He already told us that he's not interested in the Panthers. He told Cleveland he wasn't interested in Cleveland, and then he goes to Atlanta, New Orleans. He couldn't finalize a deal because they don't have the money to do what he wanted. He tells Atlanta and New Orleans, hey, I'm interested in you two, and then you two got to fight over me. Well, then those two teams realize, oh shoot, we don't have the cap to give Watson what he wants, because Watson, I'm sure at that time, is like, hey, so how much you guys gonna be able to pay me? How much you guys gonna restructure and offer me a new deal? And they're like, well, we really can't do much. Just come here and you'll be happy. Watson's like, well, that's not enough. So what's he do? He reaches back out to the Panthers. Hey, will you give me more money? Will you restructure my contract to make it where I get fully guaranteed? Panthers say no. He goes back to Cleveland and says, hey, will you give me guys more money? Cleveland says yes. And then what do you know? He ends up in Cleveland.
It just feel greasy a little bit.
Well, hey, real quick before we go forward, longtime fan of the podcast joining us from across the pond, Jay Cryer. Jay, what's up, brother?
How you doing, mate? I'm in Costa Rica these days, so I'm not even across the pond anymore.
Oh man, how's Costa Rica? How's Costa Rica treating you?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. And I met my missus when I was living in Ibiza, and she's Costa Rican, so we're over here for a while. So
nice.
Yeah, life's good, mate. Life's good. I can't complain. I haven't got long, but I just wanted to jump in and say hello to all the boys and that. It's been it's been a crazy few days, but I think it worked out the best it could in the end, to be honest. So I wouldn't want us to waste all those picks and spend all that money. But I didn't want to play him twice a year neither. So, it's worked out well, because as embarrassing as it was for us the last 24 hours, it's a lot more embarrassing for the Saints and the Falcons. So, all in all, good result.
Yeah.
Also, I would say that Cleveland was probably the better team to go to if he was Deshaun. Better offensive line. You got a running back. You got Cooper now.
Especially not losing any of your ass. I mean, anybody that is of importance on the team right now.
Yeah,
and you got them for the next 2 years at least, because after that, their salary cap's gonna be hell.
Yeah, exactly. Amari Cooper coming in
Super
as well.
Bowl will be worth it.
Yeah, and now, Atlanta's got to do some butt kissing, because Matt Ryan's been reported. He's not really. They've been keeping him apprised, and he's not, pissed, I guess, but he's not happy about what's going on.
Yeah,
but his wife's on Twitter, and his wife is pissed.
They can trade him.
Come on.
The guy's
30. The guy's 38 years old.
Yeah,
but and if I'm going to be honest with you. I guess he's better than I am, because if it was me and I was Matt Ryan, I would wait to right before training camp start. Say no, I'm retiring. Right before
Andrew Luck, right before the season starts.
Yeah, that would work too. But but I'd say training camp. That way, I wouldn't have to go to training camp. But yeah.
Kevin, but I got a question, man. You really think Cleveland's gonna win a Super Bowl? Because the AFC West is a murder.
I mean,
it's stacked.
That was their. I think that's their best chances to get Deshaun to do it.
Yeah, but
with that team they got right now,
City, the Chargers,
they got to go all in.
And Denver,
they could all knock each other out, though. They could all knock each other out.
That's true.
Hey, they got Trubisky and the Steelers, though.
Listen, I never thought that damn Cincinnati would make it last year. So,
so real quick, shout out to Jordan Roberts for the $4.99. Says Carolina's making some great moves. Go get Armstead, which that is rumored, y'all. Apparently, the Panthers are trying to make this happen. Armstead and that line is set. What is the plans for Matt Paradis?
He's gone.
Chicago, Miami, Carolina. Those are the three teams.
Yeah, I mean, but Matt Paradis, I've been very underwhelmed by Matt Paradis for a long time. So personally, if it's Bozeman, which I think it is going to be Bozeman, that's going to be our center going forward. Maybe get Deontay Brown in there. I don't know. I think a lot of the old names are out the door.
No, Paradis got it. He's sorry. I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah, he needs to go.
So
he's a good veteran leader, but he's got to,
So listen, if you were watching the C3 channel last night, you got a little update from our man CK. Trying to give Panther Nation some hope. Before we move on from Deshaun, I think we'll do a world premiere from none other than Cody.
This is David Tepper getting a call from Deshaun Watson.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. I think we got him for sure. Yeah, Cody Lashney on Twitter. He seems to be real optimistic. I think we could trust him. Yeah, there's they say sources, right? But who knows? Yeah, I think he's coming to Carolina for sure. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh, guess who's calling me now? Hey, give me a second. Let me take this call real quick. Hey, DW, what's up, my dude? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yep. Cool. Yep. Oh no, not a problem. Yep. Flew down to Houston to meet you and all. Yep. Yeah, I was definitely going to give up a lot. Yeah, you're right. We get to keep all those things. Yep. Yeah, you're no hard feelings. Yeah, it's the second time you've turned us down. No hard feelings whatsoever. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, cool. Hey, good luck. Yep, for sure. Hey, yep, peace. Good. Any Deshaun? DW, you there?
Dude, the production value.
Hire Matt Rule, they said. Bring him along to the meeting with Deshaun, they said. They said, bring your wife. Should have brought a fucking massage therapist. Some bullshit. I should have offered him $1 billion. He's a basic ass quarterback anyway. I didn't even want his ass. I was just testing the waters. Didn't even want him. I don't even care. Don't even care. Cool. Hey, Scott. Hey, yeah. What are our options at QB right now? We have no leverage with anybody?
They're gonna ask. They're asking for 3 firsts as well for Baker. What do you think? You think we shouldn't? You think we shouldn't? You don't think we should? He's worth 3 first rounds? What can we get for Sam? Nothing? We'll have to give a first to get rid of Sam? Yeah, all of our eggs were definitely in one basket, for sure. Yep, for sure. 100%. Yeah, no, cool. Yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. Yep. I get it, 100%. Yep. Yeah, I get it, for sure. Sam Darnold's going to be our quarterback next year? Okay. What about that Malik Willis kid? He's already refused to get drafted by the Panthers. Cool. Can he do that? No? But he's going to? Cool. The league's going to allow it? They will, for sure. They don't like me? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to go offline for a little bit. Yeah, for sure. Bye.
Yo, shout out to my man Cody, dude. That was awesome. That deserves an Oscar, man. Round of applause. That was absolutely fantastic, man. Give it up to CK. Man, those video editing skills are coming along, brother. You knocked it out the park twice, man.
Oh man, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Man, the chat room loves it. Man, round of applause for CK, man. This man, he did his thing. That was incredible, man. And I'm willing to bet that's exactly what David Tepper was like yesterday. So I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Oh man, that was incredible. Okay, now let's jump in to this Panthers news, man. We've been waiting to talk about it. We have received news that DJ Moore has received an extension, a 4-year extension for the Carolina Panthers. Let me go ahead and put all the details up on screen. This is per Adam Schefter on the deal. Panthers are giving wide receiver DJ Moore a three-year, $61 million extension per his agents Drew Rosenhaus and Jason Rosenhaus. New money average per year money is $20 million. There's a full guarantee of $41.61 million tied to Carolina for $4 and $73 million. Panther Nation, I'm trying to ask y'all, what do you feel about this, man? DJ Moore has been extended. Real quick, let me welcome my man Brad to the podcast. Brad, what's up, brother?
Oh, nothing on my 15-minute break. The final one from work, so I figured I'd pop in for a little bit. So that DJ Moore extension is actually pretty great because it also lowers his cap hit this year.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think he's down to like $8 million this year, which is a nice $2 million savings.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I just didn't.
Did anyone think that we were going to see DJ Moore extended this offseason?
I didn't.
I did not.
I totally thought they were going to try and abuse him with the franchise tag next year. But, I mean, honestly, it goes back to what I've been saying for a while. Players don't usually play on that 5th-year option for very often. It doesn't happen, right? So, I mean, it really makes sense that they went ahead and extended him, especially because, that's the type of player – say what you will about him. He doesn't get enough touchdowns, but he's a consistent 1,200 yards every season.
Well deserved, that guy.
Absolutely.
Yep. And a lot of wide receivers that's been putting up the numbers he's put up with the erratic play at quarterbacks he's had would not have signed this deal. They would have went somewhere else. So kudos to him.
Well, and
for sticking it out.
To be quite honest, like I think at this point, because it sounds like they are trying to get Armstead. I think that if they do get Armstead, I mean, there's a high probability we're taking a quarterback at 6. Like it's probably happening.
I agree. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they take a quarterback at 6. Not.
Would Armstead want to go in division?
Yeah,
I think he wants to go.
I really don't. Dude, free agency. I don't think he cares, man. That's like when Ted Ginn Jr. went from the Panthers to the Saints in the very next year. So I think it's going to be whatever team pays him the most and gives him the best deal. Kevin, what was the teams you said that were in it for Teron?
It was Chicago, Miami, and Carolina.
Yeah, so maybe we're in competition for that. But when it comes to DJ Moore, from DJ's perspective, this is an interesting one because I feel like a lot of people thought that maybe DJ Moore wouldn't sign here again, given the fact that we really haven't had much at the quarterback position to be able to get him the football consistently. Drew, what do you make of this, man? DJ Moore being back, a brand new extension. What are you thinking about this? Does this change anything for the Panthers or for DJ?
I think it's great. I think it's well deserved by DJ. I mean, as everybody said, he's put up the numbers with shoddy quarterback play at best. I mean, they've said he's not putting up the touchdowns. So, I mean, fantasy owners don't like it, but who gives a crap about fantasy? And I think he's done exactly what he needed to do. He needed to get paid. He should not have had to worry about a fifth-year option or playing on the franchise tag. He did it the right way.
Yeah. He really did, man. I mean, and shout out to him. Like I said, when you have not had a consistent franchise quarterback throwing you the football and you're still putting up 1,000-yard seasons every year, I mean, that's pretty damn impressive. And I think that the Panthers really kind of wanted to show him some love for continuing to produce like that, even in spite of the offensive line being absolutely terrible and in spite of not ever having a genuine top-tier quarterback throwing him the football. It's, you can only expect so much from players. And I believe that when you work hard enough, when you work hard enough, you deserve to be rewarded for your hard work, man. So congrats to DJ Moore. Let's get some more people in on this. Alex, what are you thinking, man?
No, I mean, well deserved. Well deserved. He's been killing it, like you guys said, like with some average to below average quarterbacks. And he's every year. I mean, for the most part, I believe he's been pretty healthy as well. So I mean, always on the field. Availability is your best ability. So him being on the field is great. I hope that we could get him more end zone, like more touchdowns, in the years to come. So let's just hope we could find a quarterback that could get him the football in the end zone and just go from there.
Yeah.
Biggest challenge of it all is the QB right now.
Yeah, and that's still a problem for us going forward.
That does bring in another question, though.
But, yeah.
Right now, we had 2 of our draft picks that I think were big opportunities to sign. Dante Jackson, it's free agent period. He hasn't been signed anywhere. We haven't heard any rumors about where he's going. Is he coming back here? Or do we think that his lack of a market is indicative of his skill level?
I think his lack of market, I honestly believe it has a lot to do with the fact that he was injured last year.
Well, he's been injured every year, pretty much.
Every year. That's what I think. It's his injuries.
Exactly.
Not just that, but the longer the season goes on, typically. So he always starts off hot and then kind of just tapers off towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it's very, very common. Yep.
He's just not a very good tackler. I mean, overall, I think he's probably surprised he doesn't have much of a market. The question is, granted, our corner room is getting pretty thin, but do we even want him back? Honestly.
For the right price. Price.
I mean, I think we're letting him test the free market right now because of the free agent market, because I think the Panthers realize that the market for him is probably going to be pretty low. And I say pretty low. I mean, he might get a good bag, for somebody who's coming in as a second or third round pick. And or even later, I can't even remember when he was picked, but he wasn't like when we drafted him. I don't think anybody was thinking, man, this guy is going to be fantastic, right? I mean, I guess we're going to find out a little bit more about what to expect, but right now, I think it's pretty telling that he doesn't have a market right now.
Yeah, I was more of a James Bradbury guy, more so than Dante Jackson.
Right.
Just because I liked his physicality. I liked his him on the line versus other receivers. But yeah,
and he's getting traded too, or at least they're trying to trade him right now.
Yeah, the Giants said that he was a bit of a one-year wonder for them. He had one big season the first time they signed him, and then he really wasn't able to produce much since then. So listen, the Panthers free agency to date has basically produced a nice little list. This is what it's looking like so far. We've picked up Rashard Higgins, Bradley Bozeman, Austin Corbett, Xavier Woods, Johnny Hecker, Damian Wilson, and Deontay Foreman.
You forgot about Matt Ioannidis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Matt Ioannidis. Yep. And that's another. I didn't even expect us to sign anyone on the defensive line this offseason, but we managed to do that.
We get a linebacker too.
Damian Wilson.
So
there he is. Okay, he's on that list. Sorry.
So one thing to keep in mind with Damian Wilson, we need to kind of level step here. His PFF grade last season was only a 44. The last time that Tahir Whitehead played in the NFL, which was for us, he got a 33. So he's not much better than Tahir Whitehead from a PFF score perspective.
Yeah. Wilson, he's good. I looked him up a little bit. He's good at stopping the run, but actually Carter last year was a little bit better in the pass than Wilson is.
If we get Armstead, I think we're drafting a quarterback with our first pick.
A little tidbit on Gilmore. Natalie Miller a few minutes ago on Twitter stated that word is leaking out of the Raiders camp that Gilmore told them, even though they offered him some good money, he doesn't want to go to the West Coast, and he preferred to stay in the East Coast. And the only other team interested in him right now is Carolina.
And look, let me piggyback off of that too. I think with all of the moves that we were trying to make to sign Deshaun Watson, the Panthers ended up freeing up a bunch of new money for themselves. So when you look at that and what we have going forward, you know you're going to lose Hassan Reddick. At this point, I would make it a point to not lose both Stephon Gilmore and Dante Jackson.
Right
now, I would like us to try and keep at least one of those guys. I didn't think that was a possibility beforehand, especially when we were talking about trading for Deshaun. Yeah, man. I mean, I really do think that this has been a very well-rounded free agent list, though. We filled the safety position, linebacker position, 2 offensive linemen. Let's talk about that. Bradley Bozeman was signed today at the center from the Baltimore Ravens to go alongside Austin Corbett, who won a Super Bowl this year for the Los Angeles Rams. What are we thinking about those 2 guys in our offensive line? And where do you think their long-term position on the line is going to end up being?
I think they start
at center, and he's a baller.
Yeah, I believe Bozeman's going to start at center. I believe Corbett's going to start at right guard, and I believe left guard would consist of either Brown or Christensen. But Christensen, I would like to leave at left tackle, but depending on how the draft, and if you bring in Armstead, then you can have Brown and Christensen both compete for left guard.
Yeah, it really what it comes right down to is it comes down to whether or not we get a bona fide left tackle in free agency, or whether or not we decide to roll with Christensen a left tackle. I mean, I'm good with either or, but because the fact of the matter is at this point, this is might sound a little more optimistic than is probably than I should be. All we need is average quarterback play, and this team can compete. I'm not saying they'll
in this division,
win a ton of games, but I'm saying they will at least be competitive. So
I would honestly not be shocked if we see another move here tonight. I've been seeing on Twitter from Robbie Anderson and Trey Boston that they've been hinting at possibly another signing, maybe another safety. So
Well,
Yeah,
it's not gonna be Tyrann Mathieu.
No.
Joe Person already came out and said that they were trying to work on something with Tyrann Mathieu, and they decided that the price was too high, and it's just better to roll with the safeties they have. So I don't know that that's gonna happen, but
hey man, we have a special guest. If you've been paying attention to our Tuesday shows and the cat calls line, we have some young men who have been bringing the fire, some incredible takes. And I do believe we have one joining us today. Connor, what's going on, dude?
Yo, guys, what's up?
What's up, Connor?
What's up, Connor? Good to have you on the show, man.
Armstead?
I think it'd be a good sign if we can get him.
Well,
I think I saw something that he was meeting with us today.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody know if that's true?
No, I didn't see anything that said he was meeting with us. I did see a lot saying that we were rumored to be interested in wanting to sign him. So let me go around here. Out of all of our free agent picks that we have made today, or just in the past few days, whatever, who has been your favorite free agent signings, and tell me why. And we'll start with Connor. Connor, what are you liking about this free agent list?
I really like Austin Corbett, and I think we signed Bradley Bozeman. I think we signed him today, actually. I really do like Corbett because I think that, playing with Andrew Whitworth probably helped him a lot. And I also like Bradley Bozeman, obviously, because he's an upgrade over Matt Paradis.
Definitely an upgrade over Matt Paradis.
Of course, that doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, true. That doesn't say a lot. But no, you're right though. That is a fantastic. Yeah, that is a fantastic move for us. Kenneth.
I read on Twitter a few minutes ago actually that Armstead is in Charlotte. He was been spotted by several. He's been visiting some friends, some other NFL friends in Charlotte.
Dang, Connor hit us with the Connor bomb. He hit us with the Connor bomb, bro.
Connor brought the news with him today.
He brought the news with him.
Yeah, man. So, let me ask y'all this. Would y'all, I know we have hope about Brady Christensen being able to play left tackle, but just if we're being honest, would you be more comfortable signing a surefire bet like Tyrann Armstead to play left tackle? Or
absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, go on that.
Who, me?
Yeah, whoever wants to go in.
Definitely go with the sure thing over the, kind of unproven, still trying to prove himself.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Go with the proven vet, and honestly pay him the bag, right? And if worse comes to worse, what he's doing, in my opinion, is he's showing people like Brady Christensen, maybe even some of the other offensive linemen, how to actually come in here and prepare and be able to actually perform at a high level. I think there's going to be a value to having a veteran on that offensive line that we haven't had since Ryan Khalil left, it feels.
And you know what? At this point, I'd even be okay with going with a left tackle that may have some injury issues. So that way we'll almost be forced to play Brady Christensen at left tackle. Because what worries me is we'll go with the surefire thing and something's going to happen. He's not going to play the way that he's supposed to. And we won't see Brady Christensen at left tackle until week 17.
There is a couple older left tackles out there that would actually fit us pretty well. They may or may not have to start, and they'd be a good, they'd be good signings. Riley Relief, for example, is an older guy. He played decent last year, but there's a lot of concerns whether he can actually be a good quality starting left tackle. But in our system, if he's behind Brady Christensen, that'd be a good deal.
You guys really think like we're drafting quarterback for sure? Like this is
if we get Armstead, yes.
I think either
no
way,
Armstead. How about no Armstead? We're not.
We're drafting quarterback.
I think
we don't want to Falcons.
From my understanding, and it's just strictly reading from what Fitterer said in the past, and trying to catch up from what the media guys are saying, the local media guys are saying, is that Fitterer has his eye on two tackles in the draft.
That's what
two primary tackles. If one of them happens to slip And it could happen. Some of these defensive guys are really making a name for themselves in the top 5 picks. If let's say either one of Neil or the other one, I can't pronounce that name. Yeah, if Aquanu see, you can pronounce it. I cannot pronounce that dude's name. I never could. Anyway, one of them is there at 6. Then Fitterer's pretty much said that's going to be the pick. But if not, they'll probably go quarterback. But
so I just want to reiterate. I want to reiterate one of the things that I have said for a long time, and to me, it still remains true. Even though we're not getting Deshaun Watson, I am telling you, I do not foresee a scenario where David Tepper is going to let Sam Darnold be the starting quarterback for the 2022 Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry. I just don't see it happening. So, Alex, to go back to your question, even with how good those offensive linemen might be, I really do think that they're in a position to draft whatever quarterback they want. Because if you look at pick 1 through 5, none of those teams need to draft a quarterback. Like the Panthers are literally where the draft starts for teams that are in need for a quarterback. So the Panthers have their pick of the litter. It's going to come down to if they feel like a quarterback is worth taking at 6. And that's a good question, too. Because
do you want your rival to get that at 8 with Atlanta?
Yeah, true. Now that Matt Ryan's miffed with the Falcons, you never know if you don't want your preferred quarterback to fall into their hands, too.
I think that we'd be better off with Cam instead of Sam Darnold.
And you know what? A lot of people are saying that.
Yep.
Connor, a lot of people are saying what you're saying, man. Maybe you draft a quarterback at 6, and then you sign Cam Newton to be the starter in the meantime.
That's what I think we should do. I mean, I think we do something like we saw the Dolphins do with Fitzpatrick and Tua.
Yeah.
We got to get Tepper on the phone. We got to get Connor a job over there. We got to.
That's
get
what I'm saying, man. Someone with some common sense up in that building, that would be awesome.
Common sense. Where's that?
So
there's none in that building.
It's in the grade schools where it's at.
One thing that I will say though is, you're asking what's the likelihood that we'll draft a quarterback. I think especially if the Panthers actually do sign Teron Armstead, that'll tell you everything that you need to know. Because the two biggest needs that the Panthers have are the quarterback position and left tackle position. If we take care of the left tackle position right now, then we're essentially quarterback hunting in the draft, or potentially even opening the doors to like a Kyle Hamilton, who might still be available, which would be another nasty piece to our defense. But
now,
you have to have a quarterback.
If we can't get Teron Armstead, now I think I saw this yesterday. Did Lael Collins get released? And what would you guys think about him? I don't know if he's signed or what.
He's a right tackle. But
he played left tackle in college, though. And he did play left guard for a few years for the Cowboys.
We do need backups because I don't want Cam Irvin out there as our backup.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem. So here's my thing, right? Like, I feel like Brady Christensen, he's never played anything since high school, but he's left tackle. That's his natural position.
Yeah.
He's earned the right to try and compete for that starting job, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
I think that they should. I mean, maybe bring in competition, but like I think they're going to probably draft Kenny Pickett at number 6 overall. I mean, I think there's a high probability that that's the direction they're going to go, because they have to address the quarterback position. And again, the thing that Scott Fitterer reiterated in his press conference, the thing that they don't want a quarterback who's going to try to be that elite guy. They want an average quarterback who's going to do average things, who's not going to commit too many mistakes. They basically want a Teddy Bridgewater, and that's what Kenny Pickett can be.
That sounds contradictory to everything that's happened over the past week, though.
It does, but that's the thing is, like, if you look at the way that the problem with what's happened over the last week, and really what's happened to the organization over the last 3 years, it all stems from David Tepper, right? David Tepper thinks he has a clue as far as what it kind of takes to be a winning organization, and I meddlesome owners don't necessarily do you any favors in the NFL whatsoever.
It did before the cap space, before there was a cap, it did. But at this point in time, ever since the cap was implemented, owners need to kind of get out of their own way.
If we're settling for a mediocre quarterback, then you know who I want? I want Gardner Minshew.
Oh,
that's
no,
Tony.
Gardner Minshew.
That's a great idea.
Oh,
but here's the problem.
That's a super idea. You get the Tony Award.
No, you've been listening to Tony way too much, man. Way too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, T-Baby.
And he's a great price. It's a great price. He don't even make much.
But here's the problem with Gardner Minshew, right? He's going to be entering year 4, so you're only getting him for 1 year if you trade assets away. So, and what's he going to cost, right? Because right now, the last I heard that people were saying 4th round pick.
Still too high.
Which is expensive for him. And don't get me wrong, like I'm a WSU Cougars fan. I'm all for Gardner Minshew, right? I root for that guy no matter who he plays for. But
now someone else that we could get and kind of later draft. What do you guys think about Bailey Zappi?
Well, I mean, I think quarterbacks, it's limited to a free agent or one of the big 2 guys. Right. The big 2 guys that are in the draft. But hey, Brad, what were you saying? Why do you think that Kenny Pickett will be the pick at 6?
Because they need somebody who can step in and win now. They don't want somebody who's, if you're drafting Malik Willis, he's not going to start day 1. They need somebody who can step in and be Teddy Bridgewater right now, and that is Kenny Pickett.
I think they're going to try to stay away from. In my opinion, I know they probably say they want to, want that. I think they want the guy. I think they've seen the people in the playoffs. There wasn't a guy that was just like that Teddy Bridgewater-esque guy, other than potentially Jimmy Garoppolo. Everybody else was the guy, and then the people that made it to the Super Bowl were the guys. I think that David Tepper is not going to go into this draft thinking I need an average quarterback. I think he realizes, especially as impactful as he was in probably trying to get Deshaun Watson to Carolina, this guy wants a guy that's going to be absolutely incredible.
I believe what right now what they want to do is they want to sign or per se trade, whatever, a free agent quarterback that can do them for anywhere between 2 to 3 years, that could give them over that hump to take Willis if they take him at 6 to develop.
Jameis Winston. Marcus Mariota.
Jameis
Marcus
Winston.
Mariota, I think, would be a good guy.
Jameis Winston went to the Saints today too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. That's something official.
But I think Marcus Mariota would be just. And here's another one. Mitch Trubisky signed with the Steelers.
That was weird.
Somebody explained to me, other than hype,
on my fantasy roster,
why is he didn't get no playing time, no more than Marcus Mariota's gotten? How is he all of a sudden a future good quarterback than nobody else is? I mean, is it just hype?
I mean, he had 1 good year in Chicago. I think he's been.
Yeah, but I mean, then he went to be he basically was ignored last year and became a backup.
Maybe they saw how Fields
to the Bills
with that same.
I mean, unless they watch Bills practice and say, "Oh wow, look, he's going to be something." He played good in practice.
I don't know how we could go after any of those guys in free agency and not like if we're going to go after a quarterback, I think it's either someone in the draft or it's Cam Newton. I don't see how they would bring in anyone.
Well, I mean, I think the problem is people when you think quarterback, you don't think of a temporary guy. You think of a long-term fix. A lot of fans are doing this. You think of, okay, we need to go out and get a franchise quarterback, and it's kind of stuck in your head. That's what you want to do. And not just you. I don't mean that as you personally. Right. But a lot of fans are they're stuck is, okay, I want a guy that I can depend on that's going to be there for 4 to 5 years. But you remember when we drafted Cam Newton? Who was Cam Newton's backup?
Jimmy
Taylor
Clausen.
Heineke.
Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson.
No, it's Jimmy Clausen.
Well, Jimmy Clausen was, but Derek Anderson was a guy they signed. Now, originally, Derek Anderson was supposed to start. When they signed him, they had planned for him to start. That way it would give Cam time to catch up to the NFL level. But Cam caught up faster than they anticipated.
Yeah.
So
which is what normally happens, I feel
exactly.
like.
So therefore, but Derek Anderson wasn't supposed to be a superstar anyway. He was your regular backup with the starting experience guy. And he was the bridge quarterback. So what we fans, Panther fans, may need to inbred our head is, instead of going after that franchise guy, we also need to think, let's go after a bridge quarterback to teach our franchise. Because let's be honest, we may like Willis. Some of us may like Pickett, but they ain't no guarantee they're franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
there's no
they're
guarantee.
drafted in the first don't mean they're franchise.
There's no guarantee Deshaun Watson's going to go up there and get them a Super Bowl either. You know, he could go up there, shit the bed. The dude's only had one coach, and that was Bill O'Brien. And Bill O'Brien was doing, you know, things with Joe Flacco that people haven't been able to duplicate either, right?
He can tear his Achilles, wasn't it, when he tore last time?
Hey, real quick, let me welcome Jay Stubbs to the show. Jay Stubbs, what's going on, brother? Nah, he might not be at his camera. He'll come in when he gets in. Go ahead.
But, you know, that's just my opinion about quarterback. And I understand because I was thought a lot about it today. I heard somebody on Twitter said that Gardner Minshew reminds him a great deal of Jake Delhomme. And that got me thinking. And that I don't know that he reminds me of Jake Delhomme. But anyway, that's what, when Jay signed Jake Delhomme was supposed to be a bridge quarterback, y'all. He wasn't supposed to be here that long.
He turned out to win a Super Bowl.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
My question is this, and by the way, there is no wrong answer. As a matter of fact, hold on. But before we do this, I'm going to ask this question. But before we get away from the free agent signings, I want to make sure that I get a little bit from everyone about our free agent signings and what you think of them, and like just which ones stood out to you, if any. How about this? One of them that I really like that we haven't mentioned enough. Johnny Hecker. Johnny Hecker is one of the best punters in the NFL, y'all. Like, it genuinely surprised me when I found out that the Rams were going to let go Johnny Hecker, and the fact that we picked him up. I mean, listen, man, having a guy like that to be able to flip the field for you, that's a big deal, man. So shout out to Hecker. I think that was a fantastic signing.
Johnny Hecker's the quarterback of the future. Mark my words.
Yeah, you know, hey, Hecker, he has an arm on him, man. They don't mind using him on some fakes on fourth down, throwing the football. And Connor's on it, man. Johnny Hecker can be a good backup quarterback. So the Panthers should we need one, you know. But is there any other free agent moves that we wanted to stop and talk about for a minute, or just kind of mention and bring up?
Deontay Foreman.
I like that.
Let's talk about Deontay Foreman.
I like that one.
I love it.
I like him.
And Cody knows why I love it.
Yeah, a good old-fashioned power.
And he can also catch.
Yeah.
I got a question.
He can.
Yeah, go ahead, J Subs.
Sorry, I was trying to respond to you, but I was in the middle of anyway. So the one thing, I'm happy we got him, but I'm curious to why we only gave Bozeman like 1 year. I would like to see a multiple year thing, but
Same.
Maybe he didn't want it. Maybe he wanted the prove it deal. I'm not too sure, but I would have loved to got him locked in for 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe here's what I think. Some of these are just 1 year deals. My personal opinion, though, I wonder if it's their prove it year to us. Prove to us that you want to go out and win. Prove to us that you want to go out there and get a quarterback. Prove to us you want to get an improvement in your coaching.
He's probably going to play guard,
Maybe he
right?
wanted to prove a deal.
He's probably playing guard, right?
Well, I don't know that guard or center.
Bozeman will more than likely play center.
That's where I would put him at center.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean,
I guess it depends on
team?
if Pat Eflin has to start, then he has to be a center. He can't be the guard.
No one on our football team has more experience at the center position than Bradley Bozeman.
Right.
By the way, Bozeman was also a center for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Like that's what he's been the majority of his career. I mean, who would you trust there more? Bradley Bozeman, who has been a part of a really good offensive line form-up, or Pat Elflein?
I mean, Cody, I would trust Bozeman. I'm not saying you're wrong, but if we're going to end up relying on Pat Elflein to play on the O line, I don't want him at center. I would have had him at center.
Well,
I don't think we're going to have to.
I think it depends.
I hear you, but my thing is this. Dude, they have to get Deontay Brown into this formation, y'all.
Matt Rule don't like him, bro. It's been the doghouse for whatever reason.
Dude, if you put this guy on the offensive line,
he will move
a people mover. Right. He will move people out of the way, man. I cannot stress that enough. I think I heard Kenneth put this out first. I like the idea of Brady Christensen at left tackle, Deontay Brown at left guard, Bozeman at center, Corbett at right guard, and Taylor Moton at right tackle.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds.
And
perfect.
a lot of that to me personally depends on health, and depends on what you see. You know, we saw Brown toward the end of the year play really good at guard. I mean, really good. We loved it.
He's PFS scores. I didn't understand
right,
them. Like, dude, what's going on?
Let's be honest. Some of these guys also have an injury history, so you got to catch up with that a little bit and see. Hopefully, Brown doesn't come in out of shape, so to speak. You know, hopefully, Brady looks as good this coming off season or preseason or whatever as he did last year at tackle. So, and then of course, if we sign Armstead, that puts a whole new peg in the lineup. So,
how old is
Deontay Brown? Didn't he have some weight issues, weight concerns?
Yes.
Or
he did.
They
but they knew that coming in, though. You know what I'm saying?
Like, they wanted him to lose a bunch of weight. I never cared about it as much because there are some guys that are just naturally athletic, bigger guys. But I also want to point out, too, at the end, Deontay Brown, I believe it was the final interview that he did for the Panthers, said that he had even mentioned considering playing center for the Panthers if they asked him to do so. So, again, whoever the Panthers like more at that position, they have the opportunity to go with. And I think position flexibility is something that Matt Rule, love him or hate him, that's something that Matt Rule really covets, the ability for guys to play more than one position. I think all of our free agent signings have some versatility at more than one spot.
I also got a question too. It seems like haven't most of the guys we signed, hadn't they been multiple year deals for the most part?
For the most part,
I'm just confused of why he was only one. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Higgins signed a 1 year deal, didn't he?
Well, I understand that he's a fifth option or whatever.
Maybe I was just wanted to prove it year.
It's just weird to me. It's just weird. Maybe they're just scared. Or
he can make.
I would
money.
like to have signed him for longer, but something tells me he wanted more money, and the team said, "Show us what you got."
Yeah.
Maybe it's a juju type move.
Now, do any of you remember, was Austin Corbett a 1 year deal?
It was 3 year, right?
Yeah, he was 3 year. He's getting around 10 to 11 million a year.
Hey, maybe do you think that the Panthers just think that the center position is just more easy to replace than a guard, and maybe they might still draft. Maybe they could still draft a center later on and have him as an option to be able to go back to, just in case Bozeman doesn't. If it's just this year for him,
maybe Lindstrom.
Unless they're planning to straight up draft a left tackle and make Brady play left guard. That's part of the plan, to be honest.
Yeah, or even like a Lindstrom or the Rutgers guy, Cam Jurgens, I believe his name is, in the draft. So it's like they do have options.
I think they're picky at center. I think they're real picky at the style of center they want. Kind of like left tackle. They're really picky at the position they want, and they're looking for this one guy that fits this one way. And they're just not going to be happy if they find that one guy. Brady Christensen had some really good plays last year at left tackle because he got an opportunity maybe Coach Rule didn't like it, but he proved it. Now he's getting the support of the offensive line coach. So
hopefully that right side of that line should be solid, man. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it's going to be solid for. That's why I say I've heard earlier on some people were trying to project Corbett at the left guard, and I always thought that was a bad lineup, just because he hadn't played left. I don't think he played left tackle or the left side when he was with the Browns.
Well, he struggled with it, right? That's what happened.
Exactly, he struggled with it. But
Man,
they drafted him to be a tackle, and he struggled with it.
I'm really happy with our moves, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
You wouldn't be the only one.
Yep.
Like I said, the only thing I complain about is not locking him up longer. But maybe they have a plan. Who knows?
Yep. Well, they're going to have more money next year than this year, so maybe that's the plan.
We got DJ for a pretty good price, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
That was
yeah. I mean, 3 years, $61 million extension. New average is $20 million a year. Yeah, man. I mean, I was not expecting to see DJ Moore signed before the end of this year. I just flat out wasn't.
It's smarter to get him done now as opposed to after the season.
Oh God, yeah. Hey, who do you think is the happiest player on our team right now?
DJ Moore.
Yeah, I mean, probably has to be.
DJ Moore's girlfriend.
I'm going with Taylor Moton.
Taylor Moton's probably really happy.
Dude, look at him. I mean, he's been sitting there at right tackle. He's been the one solid piece that we've had, and then all of a sudden we have what could be a pretty beastly O-line.
Maybe Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, C-Mac for sure.
Yeah,
like have someone behind.
Hey, real quick, Anthony, welcome to the free for all, brother. What's up?
What's up, Cody? You're probably wondering, I was tweeting at you earlier today, or like I've been tweeting at you like throughout this whole Deshaun Watson thing. But yeah, what's good, C3?
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, what are you thinking, man? Is there anything in particular you wanted to come in here and say, or just tell me I went too hard for Deshaun? What are we doing here?
No, honestly, now looking at it, I'm glad we didn't get him because I feel like we would have gave up too much for him.
Yeah,
230 guaranteed, boy.
Yeah, like that is crazy. But if he comes on the field and he plays like a top 5 QB, the Browns are in it for sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, I like our signings, man. We finally invested in this O-line.
Yeah.
Well, so I actually saw something. This was from ESPN. I got a notification earlier, and I think Watson actually declined because we didn't want to pay him. We offered him too little.
Yeah, he called everybody up.
Here, let me pull this up. Hold up.
Yeah, he called everybody up, and then again, it appears as though he did want to come to Carolina, but we just didn't want to give him the amount that
if we would have gave him 230, he would have came.
Hey, Connor, he didn't want 200 million. He wanted 230. It's crazy.
Fully guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
You give me $230 million, and where you want me to go and what you want me to do.
Oh yeah.
And so let me look. I want to go around the horn here real quick. I'll start with Anthony since he's just joining us. Oh, okay. We've filled so many holes in free agency. We've brought in some really good football players, but we still don't have that quarterback position shored up. So if you're the Panthers, how did you fix this going forward? Are any of you okay with, getting a Baker Mayfield or a Jimmy Garoppolo?
No.
Or do you want to go draft?
We'll go one by one.
We'll go one by one and ask what everyone's fix to the quarterback position is. But Anthony will go first. How do you think we should fix the position?
So personally, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. I feel bad for him, man, but I don't know if our team is the right spot for him. Right. I think he's probably going to go to the Colts. I think we should roll with Darnold because we're paying him $18 million. See what we can do behind this improved offensive line. Maybe I've heard rumors we may sign the left tackle from the Saints.
Armstead.
So I don't know. I say we just roll with Darnold and maybe take Willis if he's there. Let him develop. But yeah.
I mean, that's definitely an option. It seems like one of the more popular ones right now. Jay Stubbs, what say you, man? You want to go and grab one of these free agent dudes, or are you trying to just draft a kid, or what do you think, man?
Well, if I'm completely being honest, man, if we can get somebody that's gonna be a productive rookie, obviously easier said than done, right? I mean, just the money we would have every year for the next 5 years to build, like, not super team, but like, we can overpay for these guys and we can build something. So a cheap quarterback, like, say what you want about Cleveland, bro, but in like 2 years, man, that shit gonna be over with. Like, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and then shout out Perfection. There is a report that the Panthers were not interested in Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
That was from Will Kunkel from Fox Charlotte. So, again, take that for what it's worth, man. And that's another thing I want to say through this whole Deshaun thing. Now do we know that everyone who says that they have sources is full of BS, man? Like, that, dude, they're making it up for clicks. They're wanting to get likes. They're wanting to get reshares. Dude, everybody has someone that was connected to Deshaun Watson's camp. It was all BS, man. People just making stuff up. Dude, I don't know if y'all were following that. There was one guy on Twitter, Jake from Sports Talk Atlanta.
Yes.
Dude, this dude was going back and forth with Benjamin Albright saying, losers should delete their account and whatever. This man was certain that Deshaun Watson had an imminent deal with the Atlanta Falcons. And all of his sources were telling him this. It got a bunch of thousands of reshares and likes, and look what happened. There was never any deal, man.
Dude deleted his Twitter immediately.
Yeah, he deleted his entire Twitter account.
Oh my god, dude.
You almost have to at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're telling everybody else to, I mean, if they lose, I mean, you gotta kind of hold yourself accountable to that as well. It's hysterical because you're right. I mean, and honestly, I think Atlanta really believed it. I think they really believed they had Deshaun Watson, and well, I think that Atlanta, like, more than anybody, had a bigger case. And I'm not saying they had a better team. They had they had the hometown hero aspect to it. They had the aspect of we're going to be paying you, and Arthur Blank having that really interpersonal relationship with his players. I think that was kind of going in his favor. And then all of a sudden, to have the rug pulled out from under him like it was, I think, like, oh my God. Like, I sit here, like, I on Tuesday, I talked about how Deshaun Watson worried me because we had Matt Rule did the exact same shit, right? He went to the Giants and let them try to, even though it may have been his agent, but he went to the Giants and tried to let them be able to match his offer. And that's exactly what Deshaun did here. Like, he just went, he was like, all right, this isn't really about a no trade clause. This is about who's going to pay me the most money. And I think, oh God, that's so crazy to me.
And CK also, like, the reports that he reached, the reports that he reached out to Atlanta.
Right.
Like, if you're Deshaun, like, you have to look at that team. That not only are they not in a position to trade for you, but even if they did, they would have had to have traded away Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
Or AJ Terrell. Like, they would have having to give up a big time player, and then Deshaun would have been with no one, man. That's why I think at the last second he saw that. I think maybe he burned his bridges with New Orleans. Atlanta, he realized kind of what he had gotten himself into.
Yep.
And I think he had already told Carolina no, so he figured he would reach back out to the Browns. I don't know, man. I think that most of Panther Nation feels like we dodged a bullet. That we're kind of,
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like if the reports would have came out and say, hey, whoever paid Deshaun the most money, that's where he's going. I wonder how many teams would have actually got involved.
I would have been.
Exactly what happened, bro. It's just, hey, I'm going to whoever pays the most money.
I still would have had to give up the 3 first-round picks. So
I think Carolina, the Saints, and the Falcons, all three why they shut the door was. They was not going to give him the fully guaranteed money.
Yeah,
that was crazy, dude. I don't care. I'm happy guys get their money, bro. But that's going to be like, no wonder we didn't go after him.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense why we,
right.
outside looking in. We're not giving you $230 million fully guaranteed, bro.
Hey, let me pass the mic to Drew real quick. Drew, how should we address this quarterback position now? I mean, I know me and Drew, we're of the same mindset when it comes to quarterback. That when you mention a lot of these names, it's basically like you're talking about the same dude. It's like the same kind of second tier, mediocre quarterback.
I'll take a second tier quarterback on what we got right now.
And look, a lot of people at this point will take that second tier quarterback.
Right.
So, Drew, if you're the Panthers, do you expect to see another signing or a trade or whatever for another quarterback, or do you think that we're going to try and draft one?
I say we don't spend another piece of draft capital on trading for another quarterback. I was talking to Nick offline earlier, and my thing was, hey, bring Cam back on a 2-year deal and use a 6th pick on Malik Willis. Have him sit behind Cam for a season and learn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep, I like that too, man. I really let me ask this:
draft capital when you got Cam Newton out there, just like, dude, what will it take? We want you for 2 years. We draft Malik Willis. Let him learn under your tree for 2 years, and let's see what we got.
What happens if Seattle offers you a bunch of draft picks?
And if you don't like Matt Rule, that's one more year that he's probably going to have to hang himself, and probably not be on this team after that happens too. Let me ask this, and there's no wrong answers to this. Who doesn't want Cam Newton, even if it's a bridge for one more year? Who doesn't want Cam Newton to be the starter next year?
I'll take Cam over Sam any day of the week.
Yeah.
Give him an actual off season to come back.
Give him an offseason.
His offensive line.
This is the most. I think an
healthy
O-line,
CMC,
an O-line, CMC, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. Like, he's got weapons, and like some maybe if he had some time, if he had some time to throw the ball,
I would take I would take Cam Newton, and if they did that, I'd just outright cut Sam Darnold today.
Would you try to trade Anderson to Green Bay?
I think
no. He redid his contract. Now it would have hurt you to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But interesting that CMC is the only guy they have not restructured.
Yeah. If Green Bay told me they were going to give me 2 firsts for Anderson, he'd be gone.
I'll take a 4th.
But not after he restructured it. I wouldn't.
Hey, shout out to James Island Panther for
Derek
the
Carr.
$5 love bar. It says
He's gonna be the MVP next year.
What about Derek Carr? So my thing is this. No, I mean, listen, I wouldn't mind Derek Carr either, but what I will say, Devontae Adams just went to
they're working on his contract too. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. They used to play college football together.
Yeah, right.
And I believe it was San Jose State,
Georgia.
I think. No. Where did they
play? Fresno State. Fresno State.
Yeah,
it was
Fresno
California
State.
team.
Fresno.
It had to be.
Yeah, and
Well,
but we haven't had good luck. We haven't had
Georgia.
good luck with Cars as our quarterbacks.
Yeah,
we can't. I don't think we should.
True.
Well, David Carr was a shell of himself by the time he got to it.
Derek Carr have 2
That's
gloves.
true. Yeah.
And the Raiders aren't going to trade Derek Carr after signing Devontae Adams to that big contract.
No.
Does Derek Carr have 2 gloves too?
No, I believe it just has one on his left hand. And by the way,
and 2 glove quarterbacks.
Shout out to Thomas Jerkins for the $2. It says can't guard Jake is his new Twitter. All right, appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $2. Hey, do we have Noah in the room? Noah, what's going on, bro? You're muted, man.
Yo, what's up, Noah?
What's up, Cody?
Yo, we got Noah and Connor in the building. What's up, boys? Noah, how you doing, man?
Tony's going to be mad he ain't here.
I know, man. We have we have the future of Panther Nation in the Friday free for all.
Yo, Cody, I feel amazing today. It's
fantastic.
I mean, it's been an emotional roller coaster with, with Watson. He's going to Cleveland. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it has been, man. Hey, now that you're in here, let me get your opinion on some of those free agent signings that we've made today, man. What did you think about some of the players that we brought in? DJ Moore got an extension. What are you feeling, man?
I feel amazing about it. I feel like we're like doing a little bit of restructuring of like the players in the team. I feel like if we keep moving on this track, we can be contenders. I feel like we should maybe go get Baker Mayfield. I feel strongly about him and how he play. I don't want us to like really get like use Sam anymore, but I feel like we should go get Baker Mayfield, see what he can do for a little bit, probably put him on like a 5-year or 4-year contract, and see what he can do.
Okay, we got an endorsement for Baker Mayfield. I had heard that we're not interested in Baker, but I mean, listen, I don't. I don't blame anyone who thinks that, hey man, this is an upgrade over Sam Darnold, because he absolutely is an upgrade over Sam Darnold. But I don't know. Another thing to consider though, for Baker Mayfield, you're going to have to trade for him, and the Panthers don't have a second or a third round pick this year too. So also another thing to remember, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are both worth the same amount of money this year, that $18.5 million, and there's only 1 year left on that contract.
Yep.
So you would basically be paying two quarterbacks who are on your team for 1 more year,
from the same draft,
$18.5 million. Yeah, from the same draft. So, I feel Matt Rule probably wouldn't want to hear this answer, but I really don't feel that they have an answer outside of drafting a quarterback at number 6. I just don't know what other way they're going to be able to go that upgrades this football team in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Kenneth.
I think we really I heard today that Cam was interested, but he really wanted to see how the team developed. And if anything, this has to be an encouragement that we are working on the offensive line. The offensive line is getting better. The defense is getting better. The special teams. I mean, we're working toward good progress here, and hopefully Cam or maybe even another free agent, a bridge quarterback could come in, play bridge. Then we should turn around and still draft a quarterback. And listen, I actually don't see no problem with drafting a quarterback if we thought we needed to. With the first pick 2 years in a row. In today's day and age, backup quarterbacks are making a lot. Even your veteran backup quarterbacks are making a lot more money.
Bridgewater got like 10.
That's to say, a veteran backup quarterback is making a lot more than a first-round pick quarterback. So,
I still would like to get, even though I know we, signed a linebacker, I would still like to get like a nice middle linebacker to shore up that position.
I like Anthony Barr. I really don't see why we didn't sign Anthony Barr, unless he just don't want to come here. Anthony Barr to me is a good, solid veteran who can pass and run. But
hey, man, shout out to NC Canfolk for the $20 love bomb, man. It says, just want to thank you guys. I love the content. Appreciate you, man. I love that. Like I said, we never asked for money, but we always appreciate it. Thanks you so much, man. Man. So listen, in a few minutes, we'll probably, how we end these things. We like to do a mock draft, kind of with the new information of what we have going forward. But are there any final words on the free agent class that we have going? Do you expect anything more? Or do you think the Panthers are kind of done right here?
No, they're going to have to.
Does anybody know a cap room number right now?
I can look that up, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think we, if we can, maybe bring one of our, or one or a couple of our guys back that we haven't, re-signed. Maybe like a Dante Jackson or. Someone of that, or like a Cam. I mean, I'm hoping that we could bring some of those guys back on like some friendly deals. that'd be nice. But as far as our free agent class, like who we signed, we've definitely made some improvements on the line, which is like good news for Panther fans. So
I just want to remind everybody in this chat room, we could have got Mac Jones last year.
Oh,
I'm gonna be real with you, okay? Mac Jones and Baker Mayfield, they are two cheeks of the same butt. That's just the reality, okay? I'm sorry.
Two cheeks of the same butt. Yeah, look, last year was the draft with all the big name quarterbacks in it, and this year you have guys that are, people don't know if they're gonna turn out to actually be those franchise kind of players. So
it's a Justin Fields when you had
let's be
I
real,
know.
If I could go back and change life, I would rather have Mac Jones than Sam Darnold any day of the week and all day Sunday.
Yeah, but would you rather have Mac Jones over J.C. Horn?
Well, J.C. Horn didn't play a lot today. Didn't play a lot this year, so as it stands currently, I would rather have Mac Jones. But that could change this time next year.
I'll ask you the question in the offseason.
All right,
let me bring this up. So, Nick, I know you had to bounce out of here, man. Before we did this mock draft, you want to tell the people any final words before we jump into this thing?
Look, man, this whole line, it's finally getting the love that it deserves. Okay, bringing in Bozeman, bringing in the right guard there that we got. Put Brady Christensen at left tackle, Deontay Brown at left guard. Okay, let them eat. It's going to be our O-line. I think it's going to look a lot better this year. And I'd really like to see Cam back, and I'd really like to, as much as I know I've changed my tune on this, let's see Malik go at number 6. I'm okay with it.
All right. Malik at number 6.
If we get to on Olmstead.
No,
Yeah.
I'm okay with Brady Christensen at left tackle.
I like Christensen, but if we could have Christensen and Teron Armstead, it never hurts to have too many offensive linemen.
There you go.
I think that you both make a point. I think both could be in play no matter what. I think if we do or don't, I think Nick has a point. It's not a bad move to take a bet on your guy of the future.
I got a question
All right, guys.
for everybody.
Yeah, Nick, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you coming on. And, dude, as always, we'll see you next Friday, man.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Peace and love, big dog.
Later, Nick.
Yep.
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
I got so I've seen a bit of Malik Willis, but what I'm worried about is he's gonna run too much. Does he run a lot? I've seen a bit on him, but is he a really running guy?
So he is. He has the ability to run, but also, and this is the context that I've been trying to tell people, he didn't have a lot of talent on that football team.
Right.
He played at Liberty University. Not a lot of great offensive line, and not a lot of good wide receivers, and they didn't really have an offensive scheme that was very good either. So it's going to take him some time, but I believe once you put Malik in an NFL system, he might be able to take that Justin Herbert kind of jump. But look, you all know what the deal is, man. We're going to do a mock draft. And you all are the war room. Everyone in the chat room, everyone here joining in on this discussion. You tell me what you want me to do, and that's what we're going to do as the Carolina Panthers, man. So let's just jump into it.
So we all get a say in this.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have this discussion, man. And we're going to be able to do trades, all that kind of stuff. All right, we do have a trade offer. The Baltimore Ravens want us to move down to 14. They'll give us the second round pick, 45, third. They get 109 for our sixth round or for our first round pick at 6. It's not too bad. Then you have the Jets wanting us to move down to number 10 in return for that pick. Now, do you guys want to see who's on the
You can trade down twice.
I take
I took the Jets offer and you can trade down twice.
Yeah,
no,
I like
Falcons
that.
are going to get Falcons are Seattle's going to get Willis. If you want
who's available? Can we see who's available?
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
yeah. So we'll counter. We will look at who's on the board. Oh, Kayvon Thibodeau still on the board too. And listen, I do want to open that up too. Yes, we're really talking quarterbacks right now, and that is still available to us. Malik Willis is on the board. But I think with us filling so many holes, maybe you do consider a Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe you do consider a Sauce Gardner right there.
Try to trade somebody right here. You don't have another pick until the 4th round.
Yeah.
Grant, okay, so
quarterback. I mean,
but at the same time,
go ahead, Brad. Hold on, go ahead, Brad.
But at the same time, I mean, I think you still have to trade back, right? Especially with Kayvon Thibodeau right there. They're probably coming up to get him. I would assume.
Yeah, I say
right?
trade back and still stay in the top 15 and take a quarterback anyway and get more picks.
Yeah. So what was it? Where were the Ravens at?
14.
The Ravens were at 14, but if you take the Jets, you get the 10th pick, and you could still trade back and collect even more assets if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the
Ravens? You really can't trade back a second time.
I would say make the trade with the Jets, because then, like you said, we're still in the top 10. We still get added value. There's still a high probability that one of our guys that Willis will be there.
I don't know. I think the Falcons will take Willis.
Hey, hang on, real quick. Let me welcome Fred to the show. Fred, what's up, man?
What's going on? I had to jump in after the Deshaun trade went through, and he didn't go to the NFC South. It saved you guys having to deal with that.
We're happy, man, and I think that's something that we didn't mention too. The fact that we're not going to have Deshaun in division, we're not going to have to see him twice a year. Dude, it's really been the best case scenario if you're going to lose out on a franchise quarterback. But yeah, man. So to this mock right here, another thing to mention is that if we do trade down to number 10, potentially one of the quarterbacks, either Pickett or Malik Willis, is likely to still be there.
What's the Ravens trade? Can you go back to the Ravens?
So trade the Ravens. It should just let me click on it. I hope. No, see, it's not letting me go back to that offer. But I know I still have the Jets. I hope. Dude, I'm telling you, man, this draft network thing, it's a mind of its own sometimes.
If you're wanting Willis, take Willis right now. But if you're expecting to trade back and get him, you're not going to get him.
Yeah, I
Seattle.
I like the Jets one. I guess we could just rock with that Jets one.
With all these quarterbacks throwing, you can't trust Willis being there if you trade back. You can't trust it at all.
Yeah, Listen, I think that's a good point. I think if we're looking to draft a quarterback right here, I really don't see Malik Willis lasting if we trade back down.
He's going to Falcons or Seattle.
Let's risk it for the biscuit. Come on.
I would trade Cody. Try trading with the Giants and try trade the extra pick.
Personally, I would just take Willis, but that's me.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. If we're saying that the ultimatum is basically make the trade or get Willis, I think you take Malik Willis right here and move on.
Deal with it.
Or you could try trade with the Giants.
On this system, you'll get offers to trade up.
Yeah, but now you guys have okay. Now with Carolina being in the situation they're in, nobody in here is going to like this. But if you want to trade back and wait 1 year and deal with Sam Darnold with his big ass contract and just suck it up for a year with him as your starter or on the bench or whatever and not put a pick in, you have a much bigger quarterback class coming out next year.
That's very true.
And if you still have Thibodeau on the board on a trade down, you can get Thibodeau and pick up some capital and some more draft picks. Thibodeau could be a number one pick. Thibodeau's an animal, and he would fill your defense out and make up for all the back end that you missed with all them cornerbacks.
You could probably get an extra first round pick next year if we trade back too.
Exactly, and that gives you the capital to trade up next year to be able to get your quarterback when there's an actual quarterback draft class coming out that's worth investing in.
So do y'all want to try and? I think if I want to get the trades back, I just click resume draft and it comes back up. Or do y'all just want to take a player right here?
I'd say we trade back with the Giants if we're taking Malik Willis. We can probably get an extra.
I just tried, and all the scenarios, it didn't look like it was even like it was even wanting to do.
Well, so, if you want to trade back, get Willis right here. If you want to trade back, then
I trade with the Jets.
Y'all want to try and do that? Y'all want to try and do that trade? If you do that, you're probably not going to get Malik Willis. I will say that.
Malik is going to Seattle if we do that. We're not going to get
I would take Malik Willis.
So here, I kind of am in the boat where I think, I don't think that no matter what happens, I don't think they're taking Malik Willis. I think that we've all seen what Tepper has a specific person in mind. He's exerting a lot of pressure on the organization. I think that Kenny Pickett's going to be the pick. So I think we trade back because Kenny Pickett will be there at 10.
Oh, he'll be there probably.
Pickett might be there at 15 or 20 even.
I trade back in, see what happens.
Steelers would get him
going to be, but
goes at 20.
We'll see.
I don't think the Steelers want someone like this.
In real life,
I think the Steelers are going to go with Trubisky until next year. Draft a quarterback.
Most likely.
In real life, I don't think they would take this trade.
This is the trade.
They would draft.
This is the trade that the Jets wanted to do. Do y'all want to do this?
You can get more.
Sure. Yeah.
Cody, you can get a lot more.
I mean,
no, I tried to add. I tried to add one more and
try a fourth.
Do you want Willis? I guess the question is to the room: do you want Willis or not?
Probably get that.
Let's just see. Oh,
there you go. You can get that.
Do you want to try this? Try and get up an extra 5th round. Let's try it.
Sure.
Congratulations. All right, let's see how fast Malik Willis comes off the board.
Ooh.
All right, we're trying. We got more trade.
Might be still on the board right now.
He is still on the board.
He is still on the board.
Risk it. You got to risk it.
Yeah, because Washington will get him. Washington will get him.
Are we at pick 10
what you
now?
have to remember?
Yeah, we're at pick 10. And Malik,
Willis is a flyer, just like Cam. He's like a Cam Newton type quarterback. He can throw the ball with a strong arm. He can run with his legs, and he could be a great or he could be a bust. They're not gonna invest high. They're gonna keep trading back and hope they can get him way back, or just give up on him and go next year. So
I mean, my thing is this,
I don't
though.
think Carolina's going to do a lot of trading back.
But listen, my thing is
round.
this. Right now, we know Malik Willis is on the board. I don't see him being there at 17, which is what the Chargers want us to do. He's definitely not going to be there at 19. He's definitely not going to be there at 24.
And let's be real. There is no way. I stand by that.
What would the Chargers be trading up for? The Chargers are insane already.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. What were you saying,
I don't
Brad?
understand why the Chargers would even want to attempt to trade up at this point. Unless they're trying for one key player, and they're at this point, like, they've already got a team, like they're already Super Bowl contenders right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
what were you saying? But
a trade up would be for someone specific, and you don't give that to them as strong as they are unless you're getting something big in return.
But again, like I said, if you're, I hear what you're saying about Malik Willis, though. I don't think that he survives to 17.
Well, I don't think he's past Washington.
Brad, Brad, what were you saying? What were you going to say, Brad?
There is no way, and I mean 0% chance that they are not going to take. They're going to take a quarterback at some point. Okay, it doesn't matter. They're not going to. This is Matt Rule's last chance. They have to nail this. They have to. They have to basically get their quarterback and have him be the guy. So I don't. Again, I think you take Willis right here. I don't think you trade back anymore.
Wait, I agree with Brad because if you trade back, he's not going to be there at 17.
Do you think that you could trade to because Washington's got Wentz?
They're going to get him though.
Vikings have Cousins. Houston's got Mills. They got
I understand
that. Can we get 15? Can we get 15?
Trade back to 15.
On this computer version.
I don't think he'll be there though.
To the real life events.
Washington or Vikings are going to get him.
The computers in here list what the top needs are for each team, and that's what they go by.
Yeah,
can we switch that to 15 instead of 19?
Wentz is gonna. I mean, Wentz is only there for like how big his contract is? Like
2
1 year.
years.
Yeah, they would get Will.
I believe Washington would take a quarterback anyway.
Yeah.
First. When everybody says some of these quarterbacks, they just can't start right away. A lot of these quarterbacks for signing free agents are 1 to 2 years.
So whoever just suggested 15 instead of 19, that it does look like they would be willing to do it. However, I'm just telling you, I really do
I
not
would take
think
Willis right here.
if you want Malik Willis,
take
you're
Willis
gonna
right
get
here.
him.
I like extra capital. I like extra draft capital.
Yeah, but sometimes too much draft capital. You might gamble away and not get your guy.
Right. What you have to worry about is you have Philadelphia in between there with 3 picks, and they're going to be looking to trade out. So one of these teams that want a quarterback will trade in there with Philly and get Malik Willis.
I think we can next pick Washington takes a quarterback.
I think Washington takes one too.
No,
I think Washington takes defensive line.
All right, so we in agreement on this. Malik Willis with the 10th pick in the draft.
Yep. I say yes.
Let's do it. Malik Willis, come on down. All right, so
they went corner.
Well, that's because Willis wasn't there.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so listen, if we get trade offers to trade down, are y'all interested in doing that?
Yeah.
Try and pick up some more.
Well, actually, yes.
Pickett's still on the board.
This always makes me nervous that it's not going to stop. All right, so the Patriots want us to go back to. Man, they want us to go all the way back to 54.
No.
Then a 4 and a
That's
5.
too far back.
The Steelers want us to go to 52.
That's also
so
too
not
far back.
not much better, man.
No,
so we're saying no.
What are they offering in the trade, though? Right, what are they offering? Because the quality of player you're getting in the second and third rounds is not significantly different.
They're not offering the 3rd round.
I don't think nothing
the
for the
second, 4th, and this. Yeah, I wouldn't do neither one of these myself.
See who's on the board before you do anything.
So I think if I look who's on the board, it's probably not. I don't know if it's going to bring the trades back up.
I mean, who's going to accept this trade anyway? I mean, nobody's going to do this.
I go ahead and pick our player.
I never do this.
Yeah, I would just take the player then. I mean, honestly, if they're not offering a 3rd rounder,
yeah, no one's offering a 3rd rounder.
Then take your player. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. All right, we'll decline. So we'll sit out the 3rd round.
Kenyon Green.
Kenyon Green is available. But also remember now I think after our free agency, we are really in a position to go. Best player available.
Christian Harris is there. He's a linebacker.
Wait, Kenyon Green's also there. What about Kenyon Green?
So here are the players that are Kenyon Green, Christian Harris is a name. Jaquan Barker.
We got safeties. We don't.
True. We just signed 2 safeties.
In our interior offensive line,
we've got a good selection of interior offensive line now.
We need a linebacker.
Do you trust Deontay Brown that much to start?
No.
Do I? I mean, I do. Yeah, I mean, he was a part of 2 Alabama championship teams.
Who's his backup if he goes down? Exactly, Green.
Right.
But with the second pick.
So Kevin, who's our starting middle linebacker?
We can get that later. Kenyon Green.
Also, with our second pick,
we don't have a 3rd round pick, but that's the thing. We don't have a 3rd round pick.
I take a Green offensive line.
So with the 35th pick in the draft, you're going to select a backup offensive lineman with the sole intent.
Deontay Brown is going
to make him a backup for the remainder.
Guys.
Green won't be a backup if we draft him.
You're missing a 3rd. You don't start.
Let me let Brad get in here, and then we'll go to Fred. Go ahead, Brad.
I do want to emphasize this. The guy we have playing Mike linebacker, he got a 44 on PFF. Take the freaking linebacker.
Exactly.
Take the linebacker.
That's why I said Christian Harris.
I'm kind of thinking. So he's a little bit undersized compared to some of his other Alabama linebackers that are coming out this year. Yeah, he's the highest rated linebacker on the board. Is that who y'all want? Remember,
go to inside linebackers.
So all we can do is look at linebackers.
Okay.
Christian Harris is still on the board, but also Chad Muma will be available later on too. Damone Clark is still going to be available. Me and Kenneth know about Troy Anderson.
I'd almost take Troy Anderson here, but I'm probably biased. So
probably a little bit too high.
Try to make a trade with Cleveland.
You can't go Christian. He's too small for an inside linebacker. He has to play outside.
Who?
I kind of think so too. Yeah. What's up,
Chad Muma, if you move back to 44, you can take Muma and get some picks.
So, what about taking Kenny and Green right here and trying to trade back into maybe the late second round or the early third round, and then try and take Chad Muma?
It's gonna cost too much. You don't have anything until at least the fourth, and you're gonna have to give up 3 or 4 picks to get back in. And you don't start taking linemen like that. He's a backup lineman, offensive lineman. You don't start taking them until at least 4th round.
You think Kenny's going to be a backup behind Deontay Brown?
Hey, listen, man. I have to give some kudos to Connor because that might be an interesting debate. I'm a big Deontay Brown fan, but there is a case to be made that maybe if you draft Kenyon Green, maybe he is the better of the two. Maybe he is someone that's going to come in and start right away. I don't know.
Nasty.
But as Brad told us earlier, we've got Wilson, the guy from Kansas City at linebacker, and he's got a 44 PF grade.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Someone mentioned trading back with Cleveland. So I just saw if they would do this, gave them 35 in return. We get 44 and pick 99 in the 3rd round. And we give up 2 of our 5th round picks, but we still have a 5th round. Would y'all be interested in a trade like that?
Sure.
Yeah. That gives you a 2nd and a 3rd.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if they'll do it. It has a good chance, but we'll see.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me say bye.
There we go.
Stretch out. Okay. Hey guys, I gotta go. We'll see you guys next time we're on the show.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right, come back next Friday.
Now,
Connor, we appreciate you coming by.
Could I join on Tuesday or no? Is Tuesday?
Tuesday is mainly for the 4 guys that we have going
on.
Right. Friday is
you guys on Friday then, and then they call in on Tuesday.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, it was good seeing you, man. Take care, Connor. Yeah, man, we'll be seeing you around.
All right, we'll see you
later, bro.
Shout out to Connor, man. Connor was awesome. All right,
yeah, he's really smart for.
He's super smart. Yeah, Connor's a man. Let me bring back KPM to the show. KPM, happy to have you back, man. We're not trading with no one.
No, they're trading. Nope.
Later.
So I guess my question is at this point, who's an available decent middle linebacker? Because we need that position needs to be something.
Moma's there. I'll take Moma.
Hi, everybody. I'm on the show.
He's there.
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Moma first.
All right, dude. How about Kenyon Green is still on the board?
Are you serious?
Dude. He's still on the board. That's crazy. All right, so Kenyon Green's still on the board.
I say Green.
Kenneth Walker.
You need a middle linebacker.
We just got extra picks. I say Green.
Go to linebackers. Who's available at linebacker, Cody?
Linebacker Chad Muma is still on the board. Damone Clark is still going to be there as well.
How much is Muma weigh?
Chad Muma is a full inside linebacker, man. He's 6'3", 242 pounds.
Dude, I take Muma.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all want to go with Muma right here?
Yeah.
I like that. All right, let's do it. Chad Muma, come on down. All right. I'd be interested to see how far
Green goes.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh man, that sucked.
Yeah, now he is.
He went to Chicago.
Man, gone. That sucked.
That's
Where'd he go?
He went to the Bears.
Well, that sucked. I just took him instead of Moomba.
Well, the problem is like I said, your day two picks need to be contributors too, right?
Well, I think Green was start over Deontay though.
Hey, we don't want to move up, do we?
Who's on the board?
Wow.
No, I'm not giving up.
No.
Oh, heck no.
Wipe the draft out.
No.
Nope.
So yeah, this is how the boards.
Kenyard's on the board.
Who?
Kenyard?
No.
No, that's too. No.
I believe we pick a 99.
We could use honestly use help at defensive end.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, let's see who they have available. No, we're not giving up anything to move up.
No, we'll come back next Friday.
Yeah, nobody's still on
still
here.
there.
I think he just left.
Troy Anderson is still on the board.
Yeah, Troy Anderson's still on the board.
Yep.
That's who we got to take.
Y'all want to double dip at the linebacker position?
I would.
Quay Walker is still there too. Yeah, Trey Anderson.
Danny Tyndall's still there.
I'll take Troy Anderson.
Yep, that's my draft crush right now, man. This
Troy Anderson.
Troy Anderson, that guy is a monster.
You could add Green and Anderson.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, we're gonna have Muma and potentially be able to throw Anderson.
Guess what? Shaq Thompson's contract, they can get rid of him next season. You'll have Muma and Troy Anderson to take him out, take his place.
All right, y'all want to go to Troy Anderson right here?
Yeah, let's go Troy Anderson.
Man, and when you add those two to all of our backfield players, man, that's starting to look like a nasty defense right there, man.
I wonder if they still might move Jeremy Chin down to the middle.
Hey, Kevin, you should be happy we're not taking a power back.
I'm so happy. Either way, I'm happy with this draft.
Anything but long snapper.
That was rumored back when people were talking about that Honey Badger was going to sign with the Panthers. Trey Boston was posting on Twitter that's what they were going to do.
I wonder if they still might do that. If they get somebody else with safety.
Maybe if they get another safety. I wouldn't care if I did that.
All right, we are on the board. Wandale Robinson, a wide receiver, still there. We already know Kevin doesn't want a running back.
Nobody wants a running back anymore.
You ought to take a running back or a linebacker.
What about?
We need depth at corner.
Trey Boston.
Zamir Watt's available.
Trey Boston just tweeted, "The deal has not gone through yet. Relax. I'm hearing it's still on."
Oh, for Tyrann Mathieu?
Yeah,
that's what he just tweeted. He said the deal has not gone through.
The two linebackers. So Green.
Hey, let me ask y'all this: if we do sign Tyrann Mathieu, does that mean Jeremy Chin is now a linebacker for the Panthers?
Oh yeah.
Because
I tell you what will happen is if we sign friggin' Tyrann Mathieu, I'm getting that goddamn jersey immediately.
Tyrann
my hair blonde.
Tyrann Matthews can play nickel as well. So
I'm
ashamed. A lot of different
can do a little bit of everything.
Into that.
I'm ashamed to admit this, but I don't have a current Panthers jersey. I thought about getting a Burns and a Chin jersey at one point, but with the Deshaun Watson trade rumors, I was thinking, I don't know, they might be good.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't own but one jersey.
I feel weird owning a jersey of a guy I'm older than. I don't know why. After Cam, I was done buying jerseys.
See, the only players, active players I own anymore, I own Tommy Tremble and I own Jeremy Chin. So
I got a Cam Newton and a Dan Morgan.
I got Peppers autographed by Kerry Colbert, and a lot of the Panthers that went to the Super Bowl that year, but they were backups, nobody.
I've got a Cam Newton.
Are we talking
Cam Newton, and I rarely ever break it out too, because it's like 2 sizes too large.
I got my Stephen Davis Super Bowl jersey.
Yeah, but hey, Brad, you mentioned depth at the cornerback position. Kobe Bryant is somebody who I like a lot. out of Cincinnati, 6'2", 185. He's a mixture of man, zone, cover 1, and cover 3.
What?
So Steve Wilkes would love a guy like this.
What round are we in?
We are in the fourth round.
I would say go with the guard. We need backup guards.
What guard? Which one?
The Georgia one. What's his name?
Justin Schaefer?
Yeah.
What would y'all rather do? Y'all rather bolster the interior a little more? They also have Tyrese Robinson, who's the interior O-line, or Kobe Bryant is still available as
I honestly
well.
I actually like the thought of Kobe Bryant, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. I feel like they, if we don't re-sign, it all comes down to whether or not we re-sign Stephon Gilmore or Dante Jackson. If we don't re-sign either of those guys, then we need cornerback depth.
I mean, they're looking kind of cheap right now.
I mean,
well, Gilmore's still going to be kind of pricey.
Gilmore's still going to, he's still going to be probably at least 10 to 12 million a season. I mean,
and we don't know if we're getting Dante Jackson back. We don't know if we're getting Gilmore back. What was the guy that we drafted last year?
Keith Taylor.
Yeah, Keith Taylor. He might have some
pretty good.
Yeah,
we still have Troy Pride too, but I don't know if
Troy Pride.
He makes me cringe.
It's not really doing too much for me. My vote right here would be either Kobe Bryant or Caleb Evans, or I guess Tyrese Robinson. If I had to pick, those are my three though. But I'm good with anyone.
I'll go with the guard. We're always going to need backup guards because they're always getting hurt.
All right, Kevin says guard. Everybody else is saying
right? Kobe Bryant, because you actually use more corners in one day than you do guards.
True.
I agree with that statement.
All right, sorry, Kevin, you're overruled.
How dare you?
Be thankful it's not a running back. Kobe Bryant,
I'm already happy it's not a running back. So.
The pick. All right, we have another pick coming right up. We might be able to get
Yeah,
there we go. So Justin Schaefer's still on the board. So is so is Tyrese Robinson.
Yeah, either one.
Who would y'all prefer to do? I've watched more of Tyrese Robinson. I think he's a better player than Justin Schaefer, but Draft Network disagrees. They have Schaefer rated a little bit higher. Is that what y'all want to do? Y'all want to go into your offensive line?
What's the scheme fit for the other one?
For which one?
Him. Robinson.
Tyrese Robinson.
His scheme fit.
Can play in any power run scheme or a zone blocking scheme.
As a left or right guard.
Yeah, it says a left or right guard. So if I'm picking between the two offensive linemen, I'm probably going to pick Robinson. But that's
I say go Robinson then.
Yeah, go.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Boom, boom. Tyrese Robinson, you are the pick. How many picks we have? All right, we've made 5. Looking so good so far, man.
I mean, we got
a lot of defense. We have 2 more picks left, and then we will be finished.
We got to look for a defensive end, like a pass rusher.
We got to get a long snapper.
Yeah. Dude, this is going so fast. I have no doubt that it's going to skip right over it.
Yep.
You know it's going to, dude.
If we did not sign
what should I do?
If we did not sign Hecker today, I would have definitely taken a look into possibly taking Matt Ariza in the later rounds.
That Coastal Carolina, the edge rusher, he was a beast for Coastal. He destroyed.
I'm going to unpause this, but I kind of have a feeling it's going to auto draft, but we'll see. So they want us to trade back to 201.
I take that.
Yeah, that's 2 picks. You want to do that?
You get extra pick?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
We only go down 2 spots.
They took edge.
All right. Now we are on the board. Who are we
take
looking
Alligator.
He went to the Cardinals. They took him. Son of a bitch.
Who? Oh, Jeffrey Gunter?
Yeah, they took him.
Oh, I didn't know that's who you were talking about.
Yeah.
All All right. Is there any other position we're trying to look forward to here?
I say edge.
Edge. Right now, you're taking a real flyer on whatever players. Myron Tagovailoa, is that Tua's brother?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I think so. Yeah.
Tagovailoa Amosa. Maybe the Lord is on his side. maybe that'll help us.
What's tackle? Cody, what's at 302? What's that dude's name?
302?
Yeah.
For Edge?
Yeah.
302.
We got to draft that guy.
Zach Van.
Yeah, we got to draft that guy. Imagine him trying to say that name.
Van Valkenburg. Dude, he sounds like an evil genius from a comic.
That's what I said. We got to draft him. I like him. I just like the name.
Yeah. Zach Van Valkenburg.
Can you imagine him making a play on Sunday and everybody trying to pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Berg.
So who do you want to go with at pick 201? I mean, it's pretty much his best player available. Hell, I'm even okay with like a tight end at this point.
There's that Baylor receiver who was broke that record.
Oh, there he is, Tyquan Thornton.
No more Baylor players.
Hey, do you know? But we did pick up a Baylor player today. Isn't Matt Ioannidis a Baylor player?
Yes,
Temple. Right, I knew it was one of those.
I still think he's a better pickup, though. I think he was an improvement over Daquan Jones.
Dude,
the biggest thing against him is that he's got injury. He's got an injury history.
Yo, are you reading this? This tight end is 6'8", 210 pounds. What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, 210?
Dude, he's a beanpole, bro.
Kelvin Benjamin weighs more than
He's a
him.
possession
right.
He's a possession wide receiver lined up.
We're gonna be throwing Hail Marys to this guy.
Yeah. So my vote would either be for Kohler, or I would say take a flyer on Tyquan Thornton.
I mean,
I get Thornton.
How many years?
You know what, man? I kind
He'd
of
be a kick returner. He'd be a good kick returner.
No. Let's
Is that what we got Shy Smith for, to do the kick returning?
That fullback, the fullback the Ravens used last year, he's like 300-pound fullback. He's actually available. Yeah, he's available in free agency. I wouldn't care to sign him if we're planning to do all this running.
Who's available for defensive tackle?
Defensive tackle, probably not much. Nah, not much.
But as far as you was talking about,
no names that we're really familiar with.
What about
I still think Davion Nixon is going to show out this year.
Yeah, I do too. I think Davion Nixon's going to be a good player. All right, if I'm picking Charlie Kohler.
Yeah,
what say y'all?
That's mine.
I mean, we just signed Ian Thomas, and then we had Tommy Trimble.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we
that's
also
only
have a
two
bunch
tight ends.
I mean,
you
Kohler
have to have more than
or
two tight ends.
I mean, it's unless you have a better set of options. I'm between Kohler or Tyquan Thornton.
I'll take Thornton.
I'll take Kohler.
All right, I got one for Kohler, one for Thornton.
We're at 211. When is our next
KPM? You're going receiver. You're going tight end.
In all honesty, we're already very deep at wide receiver, so why not another tight end?
All right, I got two for Charlie Kohler. Brad, you're going receiver. You're going tight end, or something different. Brad's not here. Let's go to Jay Stubbs. You still there?
I don't think he is either.
I'm about to start being the tiebreaker. No, Drew, what say you, man? You say, you said
Kohler.
Kohler. No, you said you did say Kohler.
Let's just do a coin flip. There we go.
Just draft Kohler.
All right, we're going Kohler. Charlie Kohler. Do we have one more pick?
Yeah, we got one. I think we got two more, right?
No,
we have one more pick.
244.
See how it's going so fast again? is probably going to auto draft.
He's about tired of this draft. He wants to hurry up and get over it.
McLean's still there from Auburn?
All right, we're on the board. This is our very last pick of the night.
Smoke Monday.
Get Edge.
And so is McLean.
Where did you see Smoke Monday?
He's right there at 242.
Right there, 242. Smoke Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So is
is there
McLean from Auburn.
Hey, we could have two running backs named Devontae on the roster.
I'm good.
Yeah, let's get him.
Is that guard
we're
from
pretty much
Memphis there?
The guard, you said?
Is a guard from Memphis. He's like never given up a sack.
Memphis Summer Night.
What's his name?
No, I don't see any.
We can get Marquise Haynes. We'll have two people with the same name on there. One on offense, one on defense.
Hey, why don't we just take an edge player? Just take a flyer on edge. 6'5", 6'5", 270 from Texas A&M.
You know he's good. He's from the SEC.
Yeah, right. He has to be. All right, y'all want to go for the edge on this one? Texas
I'll take
A&M.
an edge guy.
Take a flyer on him. Boom, boom. Let's do it. All right. Another Friday free-for-all mock draft is in the books. There you have it, folks. Malik Willis, Chad Muma, Troy Anderson, Kobe Bryant, Tyrese Robinson, Charlie Kohler, Michael Clemens. Dude, I think when you add that on top of our free agent signings, that's a pretty good draft class right there, man. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Dude,
I don't see no running backs. I ain't mad.
All we need at this point is average quarterback play. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And we honestly at that point we'll be at least be competitive in any games we play.
I still say we need to sign some backup offensive linemen. I don't want Cam Irving as my backup left tackle.
But that's the thing is that if you look, granted he's not paid like it, right? But he's a good backup in the league. He just is. He's not a good starter. He's a decent backup. He's a good depth piece.
Yeah, if you sign Trev Armstead, then there is chances, depending on how it falls out, that they could actually cut one of these good quality offensive linemen come cut day.
Yeah, a lot of options available to the Panthers, man. But yeah, man, that's the final, or not final, but the mock draft in the books. That's a good one, man. I'm happy with that. I'll post that on Twitter too, and tag some of y'all too, and put that out there.
Real quick, Cody, if you could go to Twitter and pull up that Trey Boston tweet, I think it'd be interesting to show to the people that are watching.
Is it like a new one?
But he tweeted it 20 minutes ago. That's the one I talked about. That deal hasn't gone through, but he's here and it's still on.
See, I'm curious who it's going to be for because as much as I'd love to say have Tyrann Mathieu, there is no you'd think if that was imminent that there'd be more scuttlebutt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking. I think personally, it could probably be maybe someone like Keanu Neal or Jabril Peppers. Something that's not very kind of underwhelming.
Rodney Harrison's son that played in Cleveland is available in free agency. I've always kind of liked him quite a bit. But
if we move Jeremy Chin to the linebacker, I will be ecstatic.
So Trey Boston says, also a Panthers fan will be adding another safety today. If the deal goes through, y'all will like this addition. Then he goes on to say the deal has not gone through. Relax. I'm hearing it's still on. But is this another one of those sources things? where he might feel that he has some better sources than he actually has. I mean, he was a Panther. I mean,
maybe he's close to Jeremy Chin.
I'm assuming he does know Panther players and people that are still working inside that organization. So
maybe in honesty, it's a sign of an issue that the Panthers are waiting on decisions by others. Maybe Gilmore or even Dante Jackson have to make up their mind if they're going to accept the deal offered by the Panthers. If they say no, then they're going with their backup plan is going to Honey Badger.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. What if this deal is actually Trey Boston saying that he's going to sign with us again?
No, the old bait and switch. The old bait and switch. Surprise, it's me, y'all.
I think that would be a downgrade.
Especially since he's getting ready to come off the books.
So,
not to mention that, but he's also one of Matt Rue's most vocal critics on Twitter. So, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's very true.
But he played some of his best football in Carolina under Steve Wilkes.
Well, that's where he gets his information from.
All right, well, gentlemen, we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes in. That has been another edition of the Friday Free for All, man. An action-packed week. Dude, thank God this Deshaun stuff is over, man.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but just waiting on this man to make a decision, I swear it took 5 years off of my life, man. So stressful, dude.
On the phone every time it goes off.
Man. And dude, and I know I already said it, but then everyone's saying their sources. Oh, I'm hearing this. Oh, this is what's going to happen. Dude, it all turned out to be bullshit. It was all bullshit the entire time. So,
honestly, I totally thought that was going to be us. I totally thought that Tepper was going to come in there and go, hey, man, look, you want money? I got money. You want $55 million a year? I'll give you $55 million a year fully guaranteed. I totally thought that was going to be us. And I'm really glad it wasn't.
Well, where he did wrong was putting... Go ahead, Cody. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, Brad, you're spot on. I just didn't think there was any scenario where David Tepper was going to let Deshaun Watson slip away from him. I felt he was going to give up whatever he needed to. But that is not what happened, man. And I think we're all kind of...
I'm glad the businessman took over Pepper instead of the fan.
Man. Like, it would have been cool. Like I said, I'm a Clemson fan. I wanted it to happen, but some things just aren't meant to be, man. So
you still roll for that, Cody. So there you go.
Tepper better take the brass balls he has on his desk. He better take them down to a metal worker and have them cut one of those off for him, because that's where he's at.
Yeah, really, man. Dude, this year is going to be a big time year for David Tepper and the Carolina Panthers.
Some of the details are out on Watson's contract details involving bonus. You need to check some of them out. Those are really, it almost goes over my head. It stretches out into a lot of details.
By the way, before we go, I just wanted y'all to notice that in the thumbnail, did y'all see I put DJ Moore giving Deshaun the stiff hand? And giving him the stiff arm? Like, yeah, bitch. Out of here. We're past your ass, man. All right, but that's it, man. My name is Cody Lashney. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for the fans, by the fans, for you to jump in whenever you want to talk about these Carolina Panthers. Boys, I appreciate each and every single one of you for joining me as usual, man.
I want to say one thing before we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say this to the world, and I hope you take offense at it. To the Packers, or to the Saints and the Falcons and even the Bucks. You suck. We keep pounding and you keep drowning.
Tell them.
Our dirt.
Tell them.
Today, I was on Coltrane's Patch channel. He's talking, really being some sympathetic to you, Cody. There was. And you and Big Cap. Anyway, so then.
I'm going to have to check that out.
But in the entire chat, Falcon fans keep chiming in. Oh, we got him. You losing Panthers. You all going to keep losing. Then I did the second show he did after he announced he was going to Cleveland. They wasn't one dirty Falcon fan in there. They can't even come and take dome medicine.
Oh, they put their tail between their legs every single time, man.
Yep.
I saw a meme on Twitter where they photoshopped 28-3 with Cleveland having 3, Atlanta 28. So I thought that was pretty good. So
yeah, Kevin sent it to me. It's this right there.
Yes, beautiful, just beautiful.
And you know what? That's actually that's going to be the final thing that everyone will see on this Friday free for all. Because even though the Panthers didn't get Deshaun Watson, the Falcons didn't either, baby. Neither did the Panthers. Hey, man! Shout out to the C3 Panther family, but no Deshaun Watson in the division. Rest easy at night, y'all. But all right, that's it for me. That's it for the C3 Panthers podcast, the Friday free for all. Tune in this Tuesday night for another edition of our flagship C3 Panthers podcast. Until then, Panther Nation, keep pounding.
Keep pounding,
bro.
Pounding.